Hey Retroplayers, what's up? Today we're going to take a look at the n64 prototype cartridge. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. We already played that on our n64 Everdrive. But no, this version is completely different. And this is part 1 of 2 parts where I show you the game, the n64 prototype of Frogger 2. Let's give you guys something to watch. So, by the wonders of editing, we now have 2 screens, and this is the start screen of Frogger 2. And if I push start or A, the game will start. And we're going to take a look at that another time, because we're going to push B, and something funny happens when we push the B button. We come to this screen, and we can continue by pressing A. And we have Jim, Ant, ALX, Matt, Jock, and Sim. And you see some scrambling across the screen with 5,000 points, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, and 50,000. Trying to select one does not work. We can only go back with the B button. A new game or no slot will have the same effects, but only new game will show some other screens. New game, garbage, are you sure? Well, yes. Then you can select the memory slot. We're gonna take that. And now, instead of start, we have 2 other options, namely options and development. When we push the A button for options, we have sound with a nice sound button on the left corner of the screen, and we have controller with a controller on the top left, and high score. If we push A for high score, then we get high scores with AAA, BBB, C, and nothing really else. If we go to controller, the game crashes. And this is where I'm going to cut. This prototype cartridge is unfinished, so it's gonna crash here and there, and I'm gonna make some cuts, so you don't have to see me come all over again, pushing the guard on and so forth. So cut, and we're back. So control didn't work, made the game crash. And so we're going to sound. We have music and stereo effects. SFX. Okay, whatever. I can select with the L and R button, but if I press A or any other button, nothing happens until I press start. Then nothing happens. It's B. If I press this button, another crash. Cut. And we're back. So we had all the options. We saw the high score, controller, and sound leads to crashing of the prototype. We're pressing B, we're going back, and we're going to development. Pushing A. Object viewer, sound player, record keying, world level selection, and testing area thingy. I gotta warn you, there are a lot of crashes here, but there's also some interesting stuff if you're into unreleased things. The testing area thingy. Crash! Black screen. World level selection. Now, guess what this is? A splash. Can't select it. Record keying. This is an interesting screen. Watch this. What the hell's going on here? Cut. Now come the 2 most interesting things. Object viewer and sound player. Because we get a little glimpse of development of the game. Let's start with sound player. we have two choices here: the music names and the SFX names. Now, if I press up and down, sorry, L and R, I can select tracks. FX null, FX surely swim fins. Well, just read along and listen. Nothing. Sound effects. Sound effects. Stampede! Or you can push the sound out with B. Okay. Train coming! Now, I can go on forever now, not forever, but there are about 300 sound samples here. And the most interesting part is that some of them are exactly the same as the sound effects from Glover 2. And I will edit that in. I'm not going to go through with all these 300 sound effects, because I don't think you're going to enjoy that. If you want to see that, just put it in the comments below, and I might make a video where I do it. But let's go back. Oh, I can't. Cut! Now we are at the object viewer, and this is the most interesting part, I think, because you can actually see some parts of the game that they were trying to make. Well, this one crashes right away, but you have an idea how they developed the first stage that we will see in part 2 by this 3D example. And there are some other pictures on here, so cut. Okay, we're back with the object viewer. If we go to number 4, city, this one is interesting because sometimes I have viewed like 10 or 12 objects, and enemies and Frogger and some backgrounds, but sometimes it also doesn't work. It's real strange, but so let's give it a try this time. Okay, this is the first, the Doxa, and let's see if we can switch this time by L and R. Nope. No, we can't. No, I'm not fooling you guys here. Sometimes when I start up the game and maybe I did something different to trigger it, I can view all of these 18. But now I can't, so I don't know what triggers it. And maybe when we take a closer look at the cart and we try to dump it, and when we're gonna pull it apart, we can see if there is more in this cartridge. That was the first part 1 of this 2-part let's look at Frogger 2, the unreleased N64 game. And the next time we're going to actually play the game, and you will see that it is something like a competition cartridge. And we're also going to take a look at the card itself. So we're going to open it up. So till next time.